never get this open without the right key.
That's not what my husband thinks.
I'll never get this open without the right
Honestly, I
key.
witnessed it myself. I can't take care of everything for everybody.
That's not what I heard. He thinks it's as easy as that.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Adonai saw that this way nothing could exist at all. No light and no darkness.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
And so he set himself to
Hardly know who to believe these days.
I'm not touching that.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
I've got my own opinion.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
Will it ever change?
We can only wait and see.
What was obvious all along?
It can't go on like this forever.
That's been known a long time.
So why won't they listen to me?
Yeah.
Hey, what were you doing in there?
Oh my goodness! Why won't they listen to me?
You hardly know who to believe these days.
I'll get you!
I don't believe this is gonna change. I don't know why he gets so worked up.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
That doesn't surprise me.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
You hardly know who to believe.
But so great was the wrath of Beliar that he came across the land and chose the beast. And Beliar spoke to it, and the beast became his subject. And Beliar gave unto
This is
the
gonna change.
That's an open secret. Honestly, I witnessed it myself. These are bad times.
Show me.
And he works all day, too. I won't tell her a thing from now on.
What can I do for you? Are you seeking spiritual
That's
comfort?
not what I heard.
Do you want to direct a prayer to our Lord Enos, or donate some gold for his
Who
church?
says things like that?
Where do you come from?
I come from the monastery of the magicians, which lies in the mountains.
And it's gonna get even
We
worse.
accept everyone there who is pure of heart and feels the desire to serve our almighty Lord Enos.
Don't tell this to anyone. Now that's
I need to talk to the paladins. Can you help me get to them?
Well, you need access to the upper end of town. However, this is allowed only to citizens and the city guard.
say.
And of course, to us,
These are
magicians of fire.
How can I become a fire magician?
You must join our order as a novice. When you have served for a time, perhaps you will be accepted into the ranks of the magicians.
That's what I-
However,
and he works
the
all day,
path
too.
to acceptance is long and
I
full
can't
of
take care
work
everything
and
for
study.
everybody. That's an open secret. But that's terrible.
Tell me about Enos.
Enos, our almighty Lord, is the light and the fire. He chooses humans to be his tool, giving them magic and laws. We act in his name. We administer justice according to his will and preach his word.
I won't tell her. Who says things?
Tell me more about the monastery.
We instruct our students in all forms of magic, but the arts of the magicians of fire consist of more than these alone. We are also well versed in the art of alchemy and in the creation of powerful runes. We also make excellent wine.
Really, how interesting.
What are you doing in town?
I have discussions with the paladins
That's what
and
I
support
thought.
the citizens with my advice and with helpful words.
can't take
Particularly in these difficult times. It is our duty to be there for the people and to help the poor.
Go away, don't tell me that. Tell her a thing from now on.
So, how much does a donation usually run to here?
Well, that depends on what percentage you want to give, son. Let me see how much you brought. Well, you don't have much, but neither are you poor. 10 gold pieces for Innos. We live modestly. I bless you in the name of Innos, for he is light and righteousness.
I've come to get your blessing.
That's good. That's good. Then you will probably want to donate gold to the Holy Church of Innos, won't you?
Actually, I wanted your blessing so I can sign on as an apprentice in the lower part of town.
But I have already given you my blessing, my son. Go with Innos, my son.
Honestly, that's what I've always said myself. Go away. I won't tell her a thing from now on. Really, how interesting.
Where did you pick that up then?
Hey, you! I'm asking your blessing.
Why should I give you my blessing, stranger?
I want to start an apprenticeship with one of the masters in the lower part of town.
Go with the blessing of Adanos, my son.
Where can I find a priest of Innos?
The best thing would be to look around the marketplace. You will find an emissary of the monastery there.
Hey! How about your approval, Master?
Has Vatras given you his blessing?
Yes.
And did you also get the blessing of a priest of Innos?
Yes, I did.
Then you shall have my blessing as well. No matter what path you decide to take pride in doing a good job, my boy.
I won't tell her a thing from now on. Everybody knows by now.
Hey!
Can't keep anything to himself.
Why are you hammering?
For days now, I've been desperately trying to fix the leaks in my house. The rafters have been crumbling away ever since we had those rainfalls recently. Soon everything's gonna come down around my ears.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Smart kid.
What are you doing here? What? What's... What?
As if I didn't know.
You're... I've just... Don't worry about him. This is good.
If you find...
Hey, you got no business here, understand?
Who are you?
That's none of your business. I'm the boss here, okay?
The boss of what? Of those chests?
Hey, the storeroom was under my supervision, got it? So piss off. or else I'll bash in your skull.
What are you doing here?
But if you mean, what do...
You arrange fights?
Every day, from noon until evening. And right here, behind the warehouse in the harbor district. Home sweet home.
What are the rules for the fight?
Quite simple. All regular weapons are allowed, no bows or crossbows, and no magic. We fight until one of us drops. And as soon as one of us is flat on his back, it's over. Got it? Whoever leaves the ring is out. So if you quit, I win. The stake is 50 gold coins. If you win, you get 100 back. If not, well, then your money is down the drain. Got it?
Yep. You live behind the warehouse?
It's only temporary. When you have as much gold as I do, you can afford a little luxury. I was a drill instructor in the army, but I left that bunch to seek my fortune in adventure. Now I've wound up in this shithole. My last 100 gold pieces went to the guards at the city gate. So, I'm seeing to it that I come into money again. I even had to sell my sword.
To whom did you sell the sword?
I swapped it with a trader in the marketplace for some stuff. The guy's called Jora. The torches and the bit of meat that he gave me are long used up.
He isn't likely to give me the sword for nothing.
It's an old sword. He won't want much for it. Just think of the money as an extra stake for the fight.
What do you know about the war against the orcs?
There's not much to tell. The war's been going on for too long. The country people are starving. Everywhere there are peasant revolts that are put down mercilessly by the king. But there's just too many of them. If the war doesn't end soon, the realm will fall apart.
Can you train me?
If you really want to learn how to fight, then go up against me. The lesson is no extra charge.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. Martial law is immediately declared in all cities and regions of the realm. All civilian judges are to hand over their duties to the royal paladins, effective immediately. The Honorable Lord Andre
Do you have
is
50
commanded
gold
to
pieces?
punish every crime or act of
Nope.
resistance
Then
against
go
the king's
get
guards
them.
most
No
severely.
fighting without a
Every
stake.
inhabitant of Khorinis who is guilty
I
of a
want-
crime is to report immediately to
Then-
Lord Andre.
What's new?
I wonder why the paladins are here at all. They're holding the town hall, the barracks, and the harbor, but they haven't actually done anything so far. If they were here about the orcs or the bandits, they would have done something ages ago. There must be another reason.
What are the most interesting places here in Khorinis?
Maybe you better ask that of a man. If it's entertainment you want, try the harbor. But if you want to buy something, go to the marketplace at the east gate or to the lower part of town.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order
Boy, that lunatic's hammering is wearing me down.
Who are you talking about?
Can't you hear that hammering? Who do you think hammers all day long in the harbor district? I mean that lunatic Fellan. He takes the hammer to his hut every day.
contact with the rebelling peasantry in the surrounding areas is strict.
Are those your sheep?
The only one that belongs to me is the one that answers to the name of Lucy. That's my wife, Lucy. The sheep belong to the militia. All the sheep they collect from the farmers, they bring to me.
And how are the sheep?
Fellan's hammering is going to drive them crazy. One of these days, they'll go completely to pieces.
I could take care of Fellan.
You want to help me? What's in it for you?
You tell me.
Oh, that's how it is. All right, if you can get him to stop hammering, I'll pay you 25 gold pieces. But I'll tell you one thing right now. You can't talk to the guy. He's nuts. The only thing that will help is a few decent punches.
I'll see what I can do.
You can think about it. Remember, I'll pay you 25 gold coins.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis.
Hey,
That's what I've always said. Who says things?
could you stop hammering?
Nah, I have to finish this.
Everybody knows by now.
Stop that hammering or I'll break every bone in your body.
Forget it, or I'll knock some sense into your head with my hammer.
That's what I've always said.
You'll regret this. Show him.
Bad.
He can't keep anything to himself. Oh, that's terrible. That's not what my husband thinks.
Don't you try that again.
Wait a minute.
Okay, so you beat me. Some heroic deed that was.
Will you stop hammering now or do I have to thrash you again?
No, don't hit me anymore. I'll stop. But if everything
Who says
collapses
things like
around here, it'll be your fault.
These are bad times.
Fellan will hammer no longer.
Hear that? No more hammering. At last, I thought the fellow would never quit. You've done me a huge favor. You know what? I'll give you 30 gold pieces.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
I want to fight against you.
Do you have 50 gold pieces?
Here you are.
We have a new challenger. The bets are placed. Are you ready?
Come here.
Then let's see what you can do.
Give it your all.
What you waiting for? Not bad at all.
The bets are placed. Are you ready?
Come here.
Then let's see what you can do.
A fight?
What you waiting for? What you waiting for? Not bad at all.
Huh?
Then let's see what you...
Not bad. That's really not my problem. That's not what I heard.
That's not what I heard. Someone's gonna do it.
You listen to the wrong
Then let's see what you...
people. A fight?
What you waiting for? What you waiting for?
Don't stop now!
Give it your all.
Don't stop now!
Not bad.
Do you have... We have a... Then let's see...
Ah, a fight.
That hit the spot.
I never knew that.
Smart kid.
What led you?
I'm just looking around a bit.
Ha! Then you better not be caught looking around. It would seem that we have a few thieves in the city who would steal stuff from the rich people. The city guard recently turned the harbor district upside down, but they didn't find anything.
What do you know about the thieves?
Nothing. But all the citizens are scared and have become distrustful, particularly towards strangers. Don't get caught in strange houses. No one takes kindly to that. Yeah, you gotta protect yourself against thieves. A sturdy cudgel works best.
Can you teach me anything?
I'm forging a few fittings and nails and repairing iron parts. But I don't know enough about forging weapons to be able to instruct you. If you want to learn that, go see Harad. He sure knows how to forge weapons. But if you want to train your muscles a bit, well, I can help you with that.
How much do you charge for the training?
50 gold pieces, and I'll help you to become stronger.
I want to train with you.
Good. We can get started as soon as you are ready.
I want to become stronger.
Come back once you have more experience.
That's not what I heard. I never knew that.
These are bad times.
Might have gone about it
They-
That's what I've always said. Go away. Don't tell me.
are you, landlubber? Looks like you're stranded here. You look a bit pale around the gills. Never mind, my lad. All you need is a good stiff sea breeze.
What are you doing here?
Back when I was a young man, I went to sea and rode through many a big storm. No big deal, not at all. But that old tower came closest to what I call a home. I haven't been up there in ages.
Why not?
Ever since these scallywags took over my lighthouse, I haven't dared get closer to it than 20 feet. Really bad rabble, that. They're criminals from the Valley of Mind, you know. There was this big bang on the other side of the mountains, and they swarmed all over the land like flies. Now they're hiding out everywhere, even in my lighthouse. I think they're on the lookout for any ship they can raid. Ah, let them. Then at least they'd be out of my tower.
Do you come to town often?
I always say a town is only as good as its harbor. A harbor is the gate to the world. That's where everyone meets and where everything starts. Once the harbor goes to the dogs, the rest of the city will follow soon.
Tell me about the harbor.
The harbor of Khorinis isn't what it used to be. There's nothing but riffraff hanging about. The ships don't come anymore, and trade is dead. This harbor's about to go under.
So why don't you leave?
Nobody would take an old sea dog like me on his ship these days. Most people think that old Jack's got the gout in his rotten old bones.
And? Are they right?
Balderdash. Once I've got those planks beneath me feet again, I'll feel like a young whippersnapper.
What do you mean by riffraff?
Look at them, the lazy rabble. Most of them don't even know what work is. All they do is drink all day and spend their last pay at the brothel. I tell you, stay away from them.
Why are the ships no longer coming?
They all say that once the war is over, everything will be like it used to be. That's a load of bilge water. I tell you, a sailor can see when a town's going downhill. A sailor feels that in his blood, and I can tell you, forget about this harbor. Its heyday's over.
As if I didn't have enough problems. That's all just gossip.
Trying to pick another fight with me, are you?
He never would have thought of
You
that
know your
himself.
way about the harbor, don't you?
Sure thing. Why?
What kind of rumors are floating about?
Around here, we don't like people who ask too many questions. Especially not if they're strangers.
That was obvious all along.
Why don't I see any militia?
They don't dare come in here. We take care of things ourselves.
How's the shipping traffic?
The only ship that's come here recently is the Paladin ship. It's over there, behind the rocky ridge to the southwest.
I agree with you completely.
He should have just you. Ah!
Not bad.
Never pick a fight with me again.
And it's gonna get even worse. Really so interesting.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
That's not what I heard.
Hey!
How are you?
What?
Hey, I haven't got time to chat with you. Talk to Kardiff if you want information.
How are things?
If you want something to drink, you'll have to order it.
I bet you overhear a lot of things.
So what's that to you?
I've always got an open ear for news.
Have you got your purse open then? Every piece of information I give you will cost 10 gold pieces.
I'll give you no more than 5 for your information.
What? 5 gold pieces? Are you trying to ruin me? Let's make it 7.
No, it doesn't work that way. Let's say 6.
You're a scoundrel, you know that? Well, if you insist, let's say 6 gold pieces for each piece of information.
I need information. What do you know about the missing citizens?
All I know is that some people have vanished during the last few days. It's especially bad down here at the harbor, they say. Maybe you should ask around here a bit. There were some cases in the lower part of the city, too. If you want to know more, you should talk to Corrigan. He has his tavern in the lower part of town, and he's likely to hear a thing or two. Halvor, the fish merchant down by the quay, might know something too. Many people frequent him.
He never would have thought of that himself these days.
I don't believe that.
I'm not telling you anything new.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. That's terrible.
Hey!
Vatras sent me. He told me to come to you when I needed help.
So you've already been to see Vatras? You must have made a lasting impression on him. Otherwise, he certainly wouldn't have volunteered my name. Especially not since the matter with those missing people still hasn't been resolved. Tell me what you need.
He never would have thought of that himself. That's nothing new. That was obvious all along.
Can you teach me something?
Sure. I can help you become stronger and more dexterous if you like.
He doesn't see that. I can't help it. You can't go on like this forever.
Tell me more about Lee and his mercenaries.
What do you want to know?
I can't help it.
How do I find the landowner's farm?
It's quite simple. You leave the seaport by the east gate and then follow the path towards the east. I can take you there if you want.
Tell me more about the mercenaries.
Well, if you're as tough as you were back then, you shouldn't have any problems with them. Most of them are ruffians, and if you can't stand up to them, you won't get far. If you're squeamish, you don't have a chance of joining them.
I agree with you completely.
Why aren't you with Lee and his mercenaries?
But I am, just not on the farm. You could say I'm our outpost in the city. We don't want the ship to sail without us.
It's exactly what I said.
What ship were you talking about?
It's on the open sea harbor, behind the cliffs. Lee and a few of his people really want to get away from here. But that could take a while.
Why?
You'd better ask Lee about that. If you meet him, he's got plans.
Who said that?
It's a bad business.
So what's your business with Vatras?
I've got this little agreement with the water mages, you see.
What kind of an agreement?
Nobody will learn
We work
anything
for them,
from me.
and they see to it that our past in the penal colony doesn't get us into trouble.
You're talking about the Ring of Water?
You've heard of it?
Vatras told me about it.
You might have mentioned that right away.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
The ring is to the water mages what the paladins are to the fire magicians. But, unlike the paladins, we operate in the background. The ring is a mighty weapon in the battle against the dangers that threaten the people of Khorinis. But this only works as long as we keep the identity of all those secret who belong to the Ring of Water. so keep this to yourself.
Sure.
It's really not my problem.
I wouldn't have done
You listen to the wrong people.
Vatras gave me this ornament to bring to you. He said it is to be taken back.
Of course. It's up to me, as usual. I might have known. I'll have to walk halfway across the island to take it back to the water mages.
What exactly do you do here at the harbor?
I'm doing what we all do. I fulfill the tasks the water mages give me. Some of the missing people were fishermen. They disappeared along with their boats. That's why I'm standing here, watching the harbor. Maybe something will happen yet. But you could help me. Listen, I shall give you my aquamarine ring. It signifies that the bearer belongs to the ring of water. If you wear my ring, the rest of us will know that you're acting on my behalf. Get someone to take over my duties so that I can take the ornament back. One of us is always keeping an eye on the marketplace, but I don't know whose turn it is. You had better go talk to all those standing around there. Once the right man sees my aquamarine ring on you, he will let you know. Tell him to see to it that somebody else takes over here at the harbor.
Listen to the wrong people.
Better to watch out who you tell what.
Vatras said you could help me join a community.
Getting tired of being the underdog, are you? All right, I see your point. I can exert my influence with the mercenaries if you want to join Lee. And I'm sure we can find a way to get you into the monastery soon. But the easiest thing would certainly be for you to join the militia. Which community do you prefer?
That's exactly what I said.
The mercenaries.
I'm sure that Lee will accept you. But first, you're going to have to pass a test. Go and talk to Cord on Onar's farm. He can help you with your test. Tell him that you reside beneath my wing. He'll understand.
Do you really believe that?
Do you know why the paladins are here?
Nobody knows for sure. Lots of people think it's because of the orcs, but I think there's another reason.
That himself.
It probably has something to do with the old penal colony.
I'd have gone about it.
I need your help.
And what exactly were you thinking of?
Problem solve themselves.
I need some money.
Don't we all? Sorry, but I have none to give you. But Lehmar, the moneylender, still owes me a favor. Go to him and borrow whatever money you need. I'll take care of the rest. You'll find Lehmar in the harbor district, where it borders on the lower part of town.
I'd have gone about it differently.
About those missing people.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Isn't this a case for the militia?
The militia is pretty useless if you ask me. They're never going to clear this up. The missing people have just vanished into thin air.
Let's wait and see what happens.
Tell me what you know.
The first was William, one of the fishermen here in Khorinis. One day, he simply didn't return. At first, we thought that one of those sea monsters out there had eaten him in his boat for breakfast. But not too long afterwards, other people started disappearing from the town and the surroundings. Pretty random events, though. Everyone's at a loss so far. The way it looks, we'll just have to wait until we finally stumble across a clue.
Who said that?
I can take the ornament there for you.
I think I'd better take it there myself. But you could come with me. Only, I can't leave here at the moment. I need to keep an eye on the harbor.
I want to join the Ring of Water.
That's fine with me. But the decision about whether you will be accepted or not lies with the water mages alone.
Is it really true?
What did you do to impress the water mages?
I protected them for a long time when we were still living with the barrier. And they have plenty of reason to be grateful to me.
What's it like to belong to the Ring?
We are very different from the usual communities you can join here in Khorinis. Once you're one of us, we're not going to ask anything of you that you are not ready to do. The only thing we truly require of you is to keep quiet. We work in secret and do not want to let outsiders know who our members are. We shall keep an eye on you. Everything else remains to be seen.
I see.
No, he insisted he knew better.
That's nothing new.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Really, how interesting.
How's it going?
How much do you want?
What do you mean, how much?
I'm the moneylender and you came to me. What could you want from me? Money, of course.
Well, lend me some money.
Sure, how much would you like? I charge 20%.
1,000 gold coins.
You got a couple of screws loose or something? I'll give you 100. And don't forget, I want it back tomorrow.
You always throw your money at people like that?
Don't worry, you'll be back. Otherwise, I'll find you and kill you. It's that simple. You've got such a distinctive mug that it wouldn't take long for me to find you. So don't even think about playing around with me.
It's a bad business.
With the...
Come here.
Then let's see what you can do.
Not bad at all.
My head. Oh, man. You packed quite a punch. I see you already took your gold. You could have waited until I gave it to you. I keep my word. And one more thing. No one talks about what goes on behind the warehouse. The militia puts everyone who does the slightest thing here behind bars. And those boys don't like to see betting on fights.
Can you train me?
I keep my word. I'll teach you everything I know, provided you have the necessary experience.
Train me as a sword fighter.
Come back.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. The security measures for the protection of the upper quarter will be further strengthened. The guards on the gate.
These are bad times. I can't take care of
Alrik says you got his sword.
Do you mean that ragged fellow who traded his weapon to me for a few torches and chunks of meat?
That's him.
I still have the sword.
How much do you want for it?
Well, for you, 50 gold pieces.
I won't tell her a thing from now on. Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Someone's got to do the work.
Why are you looking so doubtful?
I see that you bear the sign of the Ring of Water.
So, are you a member too?
What if I am?
Then I would tell you that Lares wants to be relieved from his post down at the harbor.
Fine. If that's so, I'll see to it that somebody deals with it.
I see.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Jora says you got his money.
Damn it! I'm out of here!
If I
haven't seen it with my own eyes. We can't keep anything to ourselves.
Gotcha.
Hey, what do you want from me? Huh?
You stole from Jora in broad daylight, and he even saw you do it. So I've come to tell you that you're a lousy thief, and that... You had better hand over Jora's gold now.
Here's the dough, man! But now let me go! I'll never do it again!
I should turn you into the militia.
What else do you want? I've got nothing left. Let me go, man!
Why would I want to do that?
In the city, it's always good to know the right people and to stay on their good side. I could put in a good word for you. I can't and won't say more. The rest is up to you.
I'll see to it that you are put behind bars.
Oh, I don't want any more trouble. If you think that's what you should do, then be my guest. Hey, be careful, though. My friends are not gonna like what you're pulling here.
I've come to collect the bounty for a criminal. Rengaru stole from the merchant Jora. He tried to skedaddle, but I caught him.
Good. My men have already picked him up. He won't be stealing from anyone else in the near future. Here is your money.
Is there a faster way to join you?
You're really serious about this, aren't you? Good. Listen, I have a problem. If you solve it for me, I shall see to it that you are accepted into the militia. But the most important thing is, you must not breathe a word of it to anyone.
What's your problem?
Recently, there have been a number of thefts in the city. Thus far, we have not been able to capture anyone. The thieves are simply too skillful. The scum know their business. I'm sure that we're dealing with an organized gang. It would not amaze me if there were a thieves guild in Khorinis. Find the leaders of the gang and hunt them down. Then I shall see to it that you are accepted into the militia, regardless of whether or not you are a citizen. But you must say nothing about our agreement.
Where should I start looking for the thieves?
If I knew that, I'd go there myself. I can only tell you this much. We recently turned the entire harbor district upside down and found nothing. Absolutely nothing. The people there are not very talkative, particularly if you wear the armor of a paladin. But you are an outsider. They will not distrust you so quickly. You could ask around the harbor first, but be careful. If the people there realize that you are working for the paladins, you will learn nothing.
What should I do once I've found one of the thieves?
If it's a matter of a lackey, a henchman, or some small fry, it would be best if you avoid a fight. You should rather come to me and report. I shall then see to it that the fellow winds up behind bars. The city guard could intervene in an open battle, and you would not have the opportunity of explaining to them what is going on. Furthermore, there is a bounty for every rotten apple you put behind bars. However, if you locate the leader's hideout, well, then you probably won't be able to avoid a fight.
What should I expect with the militia?
Let me make one thing clear. To be a soldier of the militia means much more than strolling through the city in a uniform. It is a dirty and even bloody job. Once you are one of us, a great deal of work will be waiting for you. But it is worth it. Besides the pay, you might someday have the chance of becoming a holy warrior of Innos.
The security measures for the protection of the upper quarter will be further strengthened. The guards on the gates are ordered to interpret the law in the strictest sense.
About the thief.
Yes, how's it going? Have you caught him? And much more importantly, do you have my gold?
Yeah, I caught him all right. He's gonna cool his heels in jail for a while.
What about my gold?
Here's the 50 gold pieces he stole from you.
Innos be praised. There is still justice in the city.
Here's 50 gold pieces. Give me Alrik's sword then.
Here you go. That was a good deal.
What do you know about the Thieves Guild?
Right. Listen up. You haven't heard anything of what I'm about to tell you from me, capiche? There are shady characters who frequent the dockside inn. I bet the landlord knows a thing or two. If you're planning to track down the thieves, you should go talk to him. You could act like you're up to something crooked, for example. Maybe he'll fall for it, but be very careful. These people are not to be trifled with.
I want part of the gold as a reward.
But I already gave you a valuable hint. That should suffice as reward for you. If it's gold you want, then hunt down the thieves and collect the bounty from Lord Andre. Now, I must get back to my customers.
I've got your sword.
Ah, that's much better than fighting with an old stick.
Hey, you!
You look a little worse for wear. Haven't slept in a long time, have you?
Too long, I should say.
Come on, step closer. With me, you'll find what you're looking for.
You said that you've got what I need. Does that include information?
But of course, what is it you want to know?
Has anything exciting happened lately?
You could say so. It wasn't that long ago. A thief ran by here. He must have stolen a bow in the lower part of the city. Of course, the militia came here way too late, like always. He got away from them, just jumped into the harbor, and he was gone.
Do you know anyone from the upper quarter?
If I knew anyone up there, I wouldn't be standing here, my boy.
Are there any other traders here at the harbor?
If you keep to the left at the quay, you'll find Halvor, my husband. He sells fish. On the other side, there's Brahmin, the cartographer.
What interesting things are there to see around the harbor?
Well, if you're looking for some action, you can go down to Kardiff's Inn at the quay. There's always something brewing there. You can hardly miss it. The guy standing by the entrance there will certainly draw your attention to it. Besides that, there's the large ship of the Paladins, the King's stately war galley. That one's really worth seeing. You'll find it if you keep left at the quay and then pass under the high rock face.
Show me your wares.
Hey you, come over here. I've got something for you. There's a fellow here who insisted on talking to you. Since you weren't here, he told me to give you a message. He wants to meet you, behind Halvor's fish shop. This piece of information is free, but that's an exception, kid. Anything beyond that will cost you.
What did the guy look like?
I could tell you that, but you need to pay for it, my friend.
I need information.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Who can teach me something here?
There are a few competent people here in the harbor district. Carl the blacksmith is a sturdy fellow. I'll bet he can show you how to get stronger. Alrik knows a lot about fighting, and Lares is a cunning rogue. He's down here at the harbor sometimes as well. And if you're crazy enough to go see old Ignaz, he knows all about Almich potions.
Where can I find all these people?
That's exactly what I said.
Oh, boy, the king will have won his war against the orcs before I've done explaining that to you. Just look around the harbor district and you're bound to find them. And if you don't know your way about, go to Brahmin and buy yourself a map. He's easy to find. His hut is right next to my tavern. I should have charged double for that one.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
Where can I find work?
You're not likely to find work down here at the harbor. You need to go to the craftsman in the lower part of town for that. But if you wield a decent blade, you could go challenge Alrik. He fights for gold behind the warehouse.
I'd have done it differently.
It's better to watch out.
Who counts among the influential citizens in this town?
You won't find anyone down here at the harbor. The only powerful man here is Lehmar. The moneylender is not very popular, but he has gold, and other influential citizens owe him money. The merchants and craftsmen also have a lot of influence. Too much, if you ask me.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Who's in debt to Lehmar?
If you want to know that, you should take a look in his ledger. Only it might be pretty difficult to do that without him noticing. As far as I know, he always carries it with him.
What did the guy look like?
Well, rather tall, dark-skinned and strong, but no uniform. Somehow menacing.
And his face?
His face? When he looked at me, I was glad that it wasn't me he had come for. There was something scary in his eyes. Anyway, I think you should go see him. This is bound to be interesting.
Yeah, the question is, for whom?
He should have known.
Is there any special work to be had around here where I could make some quick money?
Something special, you say?
I could have told you that before we ever asked.
Go talk to Nagur then.
Is it really
Maybe he can help you.
There've been all kinds of rumors.
Got anything special for me to do?
I've got something for you, but that should only interest you if you're a man of versatile talents.
What have you got?
Well, Zorus, the potion vendor in the marketplace, currently has a guest, Daron the fire magician.
And?
He had a new chest made specially for him by Thorben the carpenter. They say that this Daron has bought a bunch of valuable stuff with him. But you didn't hear that from me, understand?
He listened to the wrong people.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
Kardiff says you may have a job for me.
Well, well. So you're looking for a special job.
Better to watch out.
Okay. But we play by my rules, understood?
What does that mean?
That means you do what I say and you get a third of the profits. If you don't like it, then there's no job.
Doesn't amaze me.
All right, you're the boss.
Good. Then let me know when you're ready to rake in a heap of gold.
As if I didn't.
All right, what's your plan?
You know the merchant Beltram, don't you? If not, it's time you talk to him. This Beltram has a messenger who supplies him with goods from Akil's farm. That is, he had a messenger. Until I cut his throat. And now Beltram has to get a new one, and that will be you. Your job is to get hired by Beltram and fetch the delivery from Akil. You bring it to me, and then I'll sell it on to an interested customer. He'll fork over a tidy little sum for it. And just don't try selling the stuff yourself. Have you got all that?
How much will the profit be?
I can't say exactly, but I estimate around 400 gold pieces.
Where is Akil's farm?
Leave the city by the east gate. That's directly on the marketplace. If you follow the road to the right, you'll soon come to a few steps cut into the rock. Go up there, and you'll come to Akil's farm.
When should I talk to Beltram?
You can go right away. He should know by now that his messenger won't be showing up anymore.
That's totally obvious.
Where can I find Beltram?
He has his stall in the marketplace.
Well then, I'm all set.
Good. Then get on your way. But if you try to cheat me, you'll soon be every bit as dead as the messenger. Don't forget.
He listened to the wrong people. Why haven't I heard about this before? Anything's possible. Enough trouble as it is.
Hey!
He should have known that. I've heard a thing or two.
I have talked to Beltram.
Do you really
He will find someone to relieve you.
Very good. Then we can finally leave here. You had better keep my aquamarine ring for now. I assume it will come in handy for you until you get your own.
Do you know anything about a thieves' guild in town?
The questions you ask. Of course, there's a thieves' guild here, just like in every big city. And every petty pickpocket or fence is probably connected to it somehow.
Do you know where I can find the thieves' guild?
No offense, but even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you anything. These people usually react very sensitively to things like that. If you want to get involved with them, you should be very careful.
I can't believe that. Who said that? It was quite obvious. As if I didn't have enough problem. We can only wait and see. Don't tell me. Why haven't I heard about this before? Wouldn't be so sure.
What with?
I used to say that myself.
Where did you pick that up? Nobody will learn anything from me.
Honestly,
It had to happen sooner or later.
What's your business here?
Smart kid.
Listen to the wrong people.
It's better to watch out.
that's not what my husband thinks.
You looking for a job?
Sure. What's it about?
My errand boy hasn't come back,
Don't tell
and I'm waiting for a delivery from the farmer Akil.
And how much is it worth to you?
I'll give you 50 gold pieces.
Fine, I'm in.
Okay? Just tell Akil that I sent you. He'll give you a package. Bring it to me.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Where can I find Akil's farm?
Just go out here through the east gate and follow the path to the southeast. After a short while, you'll come to a stone stairway. Go up that, and from there, you'll already be able to see Akil's farm.
Everybody knows by now.
He doesn't see that. It's a bad business. I can't help it.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. The security measures for the protection of the upper quarter will be further strengthened. The guards on the gates are ordered to interpret the law and the strictest...
Where did you pick that up, then?
It's really not my problem.
You don't say.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
That was quite obvious.
That's exactly what I said. You don't have to ask me that.
What do you want here? Go! Smart kid.
I don't want to hear that anymore.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
It's better to watch out who you tell what.
I already thought as much.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
Smart kid.
It's always that. I'm no better off myself.
Hey, you! Where you going? No matter what your plans are, there'll be plenty of time later. You're right in front of the Pearl of Khorinis, the Red Lantern. This is the most beautiful brothel in all of Mirtana, damn it. Sailors from the most remote corners of the world dock here just to spend a few nights in the Red Lantern. And now, it's you who has the chance, nay, the honor of spending a night with Nadur, the most passionate flower of the gods. Come on in, and you're going to experience what others cannot even dream of.
It was just like you said.
Some problems solve
I don't
themselves.
believe this is gonna change. I already thought as much.
I wouldn't have done it. Let's wait and see.
No touching that.
Oh, what's up?
Show me your maps.
Come back again later. I'm sure to have something new for you then.
I'd have gone about it differently.
That's the first I've heard of it. This forever.
You listen to the wrong people.
Wouldn't be so sure. Nobody ever asked for
You don't have to ask me that.
You hardly know who to believe.
We can only wait and see.
You don't say.
No touching.
I could have told you that before.
That was obvious all
As if I
along.
didn't have enough.
I can't believe that.
That's not what my husband thinks.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
I agree with you completely.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Can't take care of it.
It's better to watch out who you tell what. Those are all just rumors.
I'm in enough trouble as it is. So why won't they listen to me?
Let's wait and see.
Someone's gonna do the work. What do you want, stranger? If you've come to beg, I must disappoint you. I am a poor widow. My name is Gritta. Ever since my husband died, I have been running the household for my uncle Thorben.
How's it going?
Same as always, but I don't want to complain.
Mateo sent me. You still owe him some gold.
He wants his money? What for? The goods he delivered were flawed, bad fabric, and bad seams. And did you look at the colors? Those are not the colors I ordered. That's fraud, that is. Let me tell you, back when my husband was alive, he wouldn't have dared to do that. Oh, my poor husband. Such a good man he was. Handsome, hardworking, a gentleman of the old school. We had it all. Wealth, happiness. Sometimes we were even invited to high society events. The festivities, all the beautiful clothes and hairdos, the fine dining and civilized conversations. Everything was better back then. No one would have dared to humiliate the heart of a poor widow with such...
Cut it out. Where's the gold?
But I don't have the gold. I'm only a poor widow.
I'm gonna pay the sum for you.
You would do that for me? Oh, I knew you weren't a greedy bastard like that Mateo.
Yeah, never mind.
Come back once you've taken care of that. I want to show you my gratitude.
Damn it. What do you want?
Here's your 100 gold pieces.
You want to pay for her? I'd have preferred it if you'd squeezed it out of her. Still, 100 gold pieces is 100 gold pieces. You've held up your part of the deal.
Help me sign on as an apprentice with one of the masters.
Don't worry. I'll keep my part of the bargain. The other masters will only hear the best about you from me.
It was very noble of you to pay for me. I want to show you my gratitude. Here's a bottle of wine which my husband, may Innos rest his soul, brought back from the southern islands. Also, I'm going to spread the news around. At last there's somebody in town whose virtue...
Yeah, never mind.
You didn't get that from me. All over again.
Can you teach me how to pick locks?
You have paid Gritta's debt with Mateo. You seem to be a decent fellow. I shall teach you what you want to know. However, I cannot do it for free. I still have a mountain of debts, and I need the money.
How much do you charge?
200 gold pieces.
Maybe later.
Can't believe that.
You don't say.
That himself.
So now will they listen to me?
And he works all day too.
You should have known.
He'd better shut.
Nothing surprises me anymore. Tell me you didn't know that.
They listen to me.
Someone's gonna do the work.
That's totally
That's what I've always said.
Will it ever change?
Listen, leave everything here.
Someone's gonna do the work.
As if I didn't have enough problems.
It's not what I heard. Will it ever change?